We're back looking at episodes of Farscape with episode Self-Inflicted Wounds. Wait for the wheel. When one of the ships must be destroyed in order to separate, one crew member will be forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I gotta say this episode was really good, in that we have, return to some moments of between friendship between Dargo and Zhaan, when they're just talking to each other, they're telling each other how they feel about things going on, and Dargo talking about how he didn't really give Chiana as much attention. He wasn't really there for her. He was mostly more focused on his son and all that. And I kind of say when Zhaan talking about how his family and all that, I kind of like that, them. Hi. And I do actually really like the moments say, okay, there is a moment where it's mostly just Harvey and Zhaan, where they're just wearing suits and they're at a truck stop and they're just being, it's kind of a silly moment, Zhaan is talking and then Harvey's just say, well, you want to talk about this, you want to talk about the portal stuff, and all that, it's goofy, yeah, all that, it's say an inner demons kind of stuff going on, because Zhaan is still thinking, I think I can, if we can figure out this stuff, maybe we can get out of here. Maybe I can also figure how to get home and all that. And there's a big old fight sequence between Zhaan and the sister scientist. And there is a moment where Stark basically yells at the new girl, Joel, the new character played by Tammy McIntosh. She is very fine. There is where he's just he's just getting in her face, and she's just in a moment where you just realize, okay, so she comes from a background of being royalty, or maybe she has come to place from a privilege because she's thinking about her, saying how she didn't want to be on this trip and all that stuff. But I gotta say the heart and soul of this episode, though, is at the end of it when they're trying to say, okay, one of us is having to make this sacrifice of touching the console and activating it after Pilot wakes up and is able to figure out what's going on.
No.
Stark. Link with me, my beautiful.
Zhaan is the one who makes the ultimate sacrifice of sacrificing her life, and I do think it's a rather touching and moments. It's honestly done beautifully, and I feel that he even Stark is going to say at the end of it when he's going how he in a way tried to help Zhaan get to a higher purpose, how she basically interlocked their thoughts together. It was all done beautifully. It was, but at the same time, it was so sad.
Always together.
Because we spent on this adventure so long with all the crew and Zhaan, and in a way they were saying goodbye to each other. And I just hope I'll actually really like the character of Zhaan. I just hope they don't just like say, okay, she's back next episode, because then again, what would her sacrifice be? And I do kind of like that fact that, you know, this episode also has a Star Trek reference, and like he's like has like a moment like say, "Welcome to the USS," and he just like say "Get used to it, sister." Basically, the way it's kind of funny. Oh, I do actually kind of like it when they have episode like moments when they're just talking about Star Trek. It's always kind of funny, like say yeah. Like you say, the creators of the show are big Trekkies. It's fun. But I thought this episode was pretty good. I actually really liked it. Yeah. See you next time.